What's really fucking good, y'all? It's your boy Mill.
And your boy Pat.
And y'all are tapped in right now to another special edition of On Base Soil, your favorite podcast, our favorite podcast, everyone's favorite podcast. Who is out there? Want to appreciate everybody that's tapping in right now. No matter where you're listening to us at, watching us at, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your damn notifications so you know when your boys go live. Shout out to everybody coming through in the comments as well. My boy KK in the building out of nowhere. Okay, shout out Gay. Y'all saying the building. Brother Roll, what's good? Flame emojis, yes, sir. My boy Jay LaFrey, yes, sir. Our Vegas correspondent. My boy Sal in the building. What is up, gang? My brother Pat, what is really good?
Another good day. You know what I'm saying? Sun is out today. It ain't too. Excuse me. Oh, bless me. Thank you.
God bless you,
that's that Quentin Williams. Oh, bless you. Thank you. But yeah, good day outside. You feel me? Nice 65 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Here in California, sun shining. It's a good day, man. How y'all doing today?
Man, cannot complain. It's been snowing in places where it's not supposed to be snowing. Shout out to Currency, the hospital. You sent me that clip earlier. I think out there running around the snow. Yeah, no, thanks. Just in all the areas where there's a lot of black people at. Atlanta, New Orleans, I think even parts of Houston. Houston got snow too. It's just funny seeing everyone's reactions in the snow in real time. You know what I'm saying? All the videos,
especially my favorite is New Orleans. I'm not even gonna hold you. They are having the most elite content. I see somebody was like, "This New Orleans, baby, we gotta sprinkle that Creole salt." We gotta be rolling, bro. And then they got the accent too.
I would say for content for the snow, definitely when everybody in Atlanta was doing the Jeezy the Snowman videos. So just hella people making hella different Jeezy Snowman was clean. But then also too, somebody decided to shoot a music video with the mink coat on in the snow like that. So you can tell they like at the apartment complex and they got the Range Rover, the rented Range Rover in the background, you know what I'm saying? They just going crazy. But man, shout out to everybody out there in the snow right now in the South. Everyone be safe, driving in there and everything like that. Sal says no snow content is the best. Shout out to California winter, for sure. But the reason,
New Orleans takes the cake. New Orleans takes the cake for me, bro. They be having me rolling, bro. It's the accents too, but Atlanta is definitely up there too. But New Orleans, bro, they are for sure elite.
They going crazy. I ain't gonna lie, man. Everybody keep their head up out there. But back to why y'all are here. The 49ers currently right now in search for a defensive coordinator has now shrunken down to a very small list because of the coaching carousel that is going on right now within the NFL. The Lions, all their OC and DC, my boy's name, Ben Johnson. Now in Chicago as the head coach for the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson went over to there. Said that he likes to go ahead and beat the brakes off of Matt LaFleur constantly, so he is happy going there. And then Aaron Glenn going over to the Jets to be their new head coach. And the Jaguars, we'll get into them in a second, but it's looking like they might be leaning towards Robert Saleh. With all this head coaching carousel going on, what are you making of it right now from the moves that have been made so
far? This is one of the few years where I feel like everybody's kind of falling into spots. I feel like that's good for them. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Glenn going back to the Jets. He got drafted there, played there for the majority of his career. Ben Johnson gets to stay in a division, and that's kind of what you want from a young up-and-coming, offensive guy. Keep him in the division where he's familiar with all the travel arrangements and all that stuff, so it'll be less hard for him. And then he's familiar with Detroit, so I think that's a good situation for him. Even going back to Vrabel, him going to New England, that's a good spot. I just feel like everybody's kind of falling into the best situation for them. I mean, obviously, everybody can't work out all the same, but, I feel like it's good so far.
Yeah, no, I think Ben Johnson going to the Chicago Bears is definitely on brand, I would say, with the offensive talent they have there, with Caleb and all the receivers that they got. Maybe I was a year early on my fantasy picks of picking them up. So who knows? They might be back on the list now with Ben Johnson out there. But Aaron Glenn to the Jets. I'm always intrigued with the Jets because it's just like, bro, they should never be working out. So it's a brother. I'm hoping this shit works out for him. But he's a defensive-minded coach. They got a great defense. So who knows? Maybe they'll definitely work out in their favor. With the Jaguars, though, finally, Trent Baalke has finally faced the sword and fallen victim to getting let go. After Shad Khan literally said like 2 weeks ago, I would definitely fire this nigga if need be, while he was on the screen with him in the Zoom call. But which is great. Can you imagine your boss really saying he'll fire you if why you on the call with this nigga?
It is tough, but I mean, even though you know it, it's just like for him to say it right there, it's just like, damn. But I mean, any boss will fire anybody if necessary.
Yes.
Like that ain't just particular to Shad Khan, so we can't just act like it's just him. But it is tough to hear while you sitting right there.
That's when you got to update the LinkedIn immediately and go ahead and update your resume because you are short-lived as to be soon. But it seems like because Liam Cohen, who was the favorite, the OC for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was supposed to go and get that Jacksonville job, which I think would have been a better spot for him because the offense, they need help on their offense to be like really good, I feel like. But with him going back to Tampa Bay, Robert Saleh is looking like the favorite now to be the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars, leaving us with Brandon Staley as the possible 49ers defensive coordinator. How are you feeling right now about Brandon Staley getting that spot?
Yeah, I don't want him to be our defensive coordinator, but I mean, he did win a Super Bowl with the Rams, so. We'll see.
I was gonna bring up some stats from that year in 2020. He did have the leading scoring defense at 18.5 points per game. Total defense was they only let up about 281 yards per game, and the passing defense they only let up about 190 per game. But as a head coach, his Chargers were 30th in yards allowed, points allowed, and rushing yards allowed. Also, he runs a 3-4, where we all know Kyle wants us niggas to be running that wide 9. So it's like, it just feels like the more convenient play for Kyle and them right now. I don't know. What do you feel after hearing those numbers?
I feel like he ain't gonna be worse than Nick Sorensen. So it is what it is.
That is a great opinion. I would say I don't think he could be as bad as Nick Sorensen, but do you think he could get our defense back to where he was at with like the Rams and shit like that?
Yeah, I mean it's probably a little easier for him to focus on just the defense as opposed to a whole football team. So I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, yes, that is his responsibility while he's the head coach, but I feel like some people just ain't really good head coaches. They could be better coordinators. So I'm not gonna hold that against him as much. It is part of his resume, so we can't ignore it. But I'm not gonna put a lot of stock in there because when you're head coach, you do have a ton of other responsibilities.
This is true. No, it's very right because some people fall back in line. Like was the head coach or the DC for the Cleveland Browns, bro? That got into it with Harbaugh. I forgot his name right now, but ended up going back. Yeah, exactly. Ended up going back with the Browns and having a pretty solid defense. So some people are better being that defensive coordinator. Yes, that is music that you hear in the background, Brother Rome. Shout out to that. A little bit of mood music for us. But I'm agree with you because I think Brandon Staley, if you don't have to deal with being a head coach, having to deal with the media all the time, having to deal with all the different personalities, you just literally focus on defense. Could possibly be, like I said, you can't be as bad as Nick Sorensen. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much is what we're looking at right now with Brandon Staley being the favorite. OB3 says Brandon Staley wouldn't be my first. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, I was gonna say I do got respect for Nick Sorensen, though, because a lot of people Feel me? If you get demoted, they'll probably quit. You know what I'm saying? Resign from their position, go find a job somewhere else. So I do respect him. Feel me? Taking his lumps on the chin and getting back to work in a different role. So I gotta shout him out for that.
Yeah. Respect. OB3 saying, Brandon said it wouldn't be my first choice for the Niners DC, but the Niners are running out of options, especially if Saleh gets that Jaguars head coaching job. Yeah, so it's more on just what we need in the time right now than having to look for any other search. So I'm not mad at it. Jay LaFrey says, is Robert Saleh going to be able to pull a Kyle and bring in his own GM? That is what it is kind of seeming like they're going to do in Jacksonville.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that Saleh's going to bring in his own GM, but I mean, Trent Baalke just ain't good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he's not good because I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars have gotten a lot of talent while he's there. It usually doesn't work out for them because their franchise is pretty trash.
They've been picking number one, so shit. How can you better have talent picking a number one pick?
We picked at number 3, and it didn't really work out that well.
That's not number one.
Just saying, bro. I mean, look, they got Trevor Lawrence at number 1, and then they got Josh Allen the same year that we got.
I don't even think that might not even been Baalke's pick.
That was Baalke. He was there.
How long he been in Jacksonville?
He been in Jacksonville for a long time. Like I want to say.
Did he go there straight after he left us?
No, I don't think it was straight after he left us. But he has been there, I want to say, for at least 7 years now. I don't think he drafted Jalen Ramsey, so I don't think he was that old. But, I mean, they've had some decent time. He got Brian Thomas this year. That was
2020.
2020? Okay, so he's been there for 4 years. So, since 2020, what does the draft look like? Brian Thomas Jr., Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen was before that. That was 2019. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you feel like he's that trash of a GM?
I mean, yes. His first draft was Clavon Chason, Laviska Shenault, Devon Hamilton, and Ben Barch.
Yeah, those are pretty bad names. Not gonna lie. Even though shout out Laviska Shenault, Colorado Buffs, baby.
I mean, he's cool. Second round.
Yep. I mean, yeah, that's true. Other drafts.
2021 was a solid Trevor Lawrence and ETN. And then, I mean, Tyson Campbell and Walker Little, I don't know who they are. Tyson Campbell, I think that might be a lineman. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I just.
Who they drafted last year with Brian Thomas? Yep.
They took Trayvon Walker, number 1. What has he done? You ain't heard that name in a while.
Haven't heard that name at all.
Yeah, exactly. But that was the year they passed on Aiden Hutchinson.
That was the year before Brian Thomas Jr. So that was last year. Okay. Anyone else in that draft?
Hold on, I just left that one. So they drafted Brian Thomas, Mason Smith, Jurian Jones. So I mean, they're still young, so they could pan out eventually. But
I was like, who knows? Yeah, exactly. But Brian Thomas Jr. for sure. That was a really good one to leave them with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Outside of that, though, Trent Baalke.
He's hit on his first round picks, some of them, but then like I said, you passed on Aiden Hutchinson to take Trayvon Walker, and people don't even talk about that.
I mean, the Raiders passed on Jalen Carter and got fucking who knows who. So,
but it's
should be happening like that sometimes. I know this is true. I mean, this is Jacksonville Jaguars, but
and then look,
Trent Baalke. Yep.
Their draft 2023, Anton Harrison, Brenton Strange, Tank Bigsby, which is a good one, second round pick, Ventrell Miller, Tyler Lacey, Yasir Abdullah, Antonio Johnson, Parker Washington, Christian Braswell, Eric Hallett, Cooper Hodges. Like, exactly, bro. He drafted one good player, maybe every draft. Exactly, literally. Like, Trent Baalke stinks. And I remember when he was our GM, I was like 3 years after his 2017 class, they were all not in the NFL no more. Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, he was more team ACL for sure when he was on the 49ers. So that's really what kind of set him back. Shout out My boy.
Yeah, I don't know why he kept doing that.
Not Marshawn Lattimore, but the other Lattimore dude. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Marcus Lattimore.
Marcus Lattimore, man, was supposed to be the GOAT, but yeah, that didn't pan out. But yeah,
I mean, he never made it on the field, bro. His knees was like,
I mean, why would you draft him? Like, why the fuck would you
draft him? That's what I'm saying. His knees was shot already. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
And there was like a couple of players they did that with. Was like, yeah, we'll use it as red shirt year. Like that was his whole thing. He wanted the red shirt people in the NFL. Well, like, bro, that
was Joe Williams. Did he draft Joe Williams or was that Kyle?
That might have been Kyle. I don't remember.
Sorry. But it was a couple other ACL players that he drafted that he was known for at that time. So I'm just like, fuck. Sure. But just the fact that he is still kind of influencing what the 49ers are doing with us not being able to get Robert Saleh is just pretty crazy that he still is somewhat tied to the 49ers while not being here. He is a man of true talent. But yeah, like what Jay LaFrey brought up as well as a great segue. Jay LaFrey, Pete Carroll as DC if he doesn't take the Raiders job. Look, man.
Hell no.
I saw that pop up today with Tim Kawakami saying that they're looking at bringing in Pete Carroll, and I wanted to fucking kill myself because we gotta stop. We gotta stop bringing in the ops, y'all. For one, we have to stop bringing in the ops. Number two, this is the second year Kyle's trying to bring like a Super Bowl winning head coach to be his understudy. Like, nigga, they're not about to do that shit.
Not even that. Pete Carroll's 73 years old, bro. Let that old ass man do what the fuck he doing, bro. Like, what the fuck? No. I'm cool. Nah.
I'm very good on Pete Carroll being the defensive coordinator. Like, I don't know. Even after the Legion of Boom, they wasn't really doing much up there. So
Sorensen, I'm not gonna hold you.
You said you rather have Nick Sorensen? Yeah, I for sure.
Hell yeah, than Pete Carroll. I'll run it back with Nick Sorensen. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother.
All right. So you were cool with them getting Richard Sherman on the squad. Why would you be okay with his coach not being on the squad, but you was good with Richard Sherman?
I wouldn't say I was cool with Richard Sherman being on the team. I came around.
You were way more okay with it than I was for sure.
Because I had already said, I'm like, if this motherfucker starts getting picks like the old days, I know I'm gonna be hyped. And first game, that motherfucker got a pick, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's up."
Nigga, man. Oh, yeah, man. Fuck that nigga, man.
At the end of the day,
go ahead.
I mean, I'd say at the end of the day, after Jerry Rice went to the Raiders, nothing hurt more than that. So I feel like I can't be scarred any more than that. So,
but I feel like you are more accepting of Richard Sherman being a 49er than you are even Michael Crabtree, which is I just want to dive a little deep into that of why is that?
I hate Michael Crabtree for one. Man was holding out. Yeah, you're right. I don't hate him. You're right. But first of all, the man held out before he even got to camp because he said I should be paid like the number one receiver. My man, you weren't drafted as the number one receiver. I'm sorry. I was already off him for that. Then he came out here and it just wasn't the same Texas Tech, you feel me, Michael Crabtree, which it happens. But then once he left, he tried to say Derek Carr was better than Cap, and I was just like, fuck you, bro. After that,
I mean, I understand. Well, I can understand that in the moment of why you would feel that way, even though I thought DC4
and he got his chain took.
He definitely got the chain took, but he did swing on the key to lead. This is facts.
The second time.
The first time. No, the second time.
The first time, no. The first time he got punked. Like,
first time, he did not know how to react. The second time, he did take him into the stands. The shit got crazy. Shout out to Crab.
Yeah.
But
he had to stay face at that point.
With Crab, though, I always felt like, too, he never ran the 40, and this is my guy. But with him not running that 40, I feel like that kind of just like set him back on like everything after that. But I do feel like the best quarterback he had played with was DC4 up until whenever he left the NFL, because Alex Smith wasn't it for sure. And then Cap had the year that he had, year and a half, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, I don't know. The reason why I brought that up though is just because, man, I just don't want us to have the fucking ops with Pete Carroll or any Seahawk having the deal. You know when it started? It really started when they brought in Anquan Bolden after and Anquan Boldin was a good 49er. He was really good.
Okay.
But I'm like, bro, we're gonna bring in the fucking ops, bro. Like,
I mean, but if you really look at like football, a lot of people go to within their division. What's the name? Michael Robinson, when he left our team and went to the Seahawks, that's when I was like, yeah, this is what a lot of players do. Like they familiar with the teams in the division. Like this some weird shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business. So it didn't really bother me that much. But Sherman, it was very awkward at first. But once I had to take a step back, like I can't be mad at him because he punked Crabtree. Shit. Crabtree shouldn't have went out like a sucker.
Look, Crabtree was open. No, fuck that. Crabtree was open on the plays. But he didn't have the quarterback to give him the ball. But
hey, fight back.
I will say that we're just out on fucking Pete Carroll's the fucking DC, bro. Like,
like I'm not with that. Fuck that.
Not with that shit. Jalen Frey says I prefer to have a younger DC, honestly, for sure. OB3 says I was pissed about Crabtree went across the bay to the Raiders after he left the Niners. And Crabtree's best years may have been 2012 with the Niners and probably 2016 and 2017 with the Raiders. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right for sure. I honestly wasn't tripping when he went to the Raiders because once Jerry Rice went to the Raiders,
I wasn't tripping until he started hating.
It was all bad. He only said he didn't really hate. They just asked him.
That's better over here. All this other shit. Man, watch out, bro.
He just felt like y'all said he's over with the Raiders, man. Because that was like their last couple years in Oakland. That's pretty funny, man.
And that was his last couple years in the NFL.
No, he went to one more team after the Raiders. But the better years were behind my dude for sure. But yeah, we are all in agreement. It's bad on Pete Carroll being the DC. Plus, it's like, why the fuck would he want to work under? Why does Kyle Shanahan keep thinking these dudes want to work under him that have already won a Super Bowl ring, bro?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the craziest thing, but it's just, I don't know.
He like to do that shit, bro. OB3 says I was rooting for Sherman at first, but Richard Sherman ended up being a good Niner. Plus, he's a Stanford guy. I mean, yeah, no, they said the reason why he
honestly too, that was it too, because I was a fan of him at Stanford for sure.
Stanford,
that is kind of where it started. Honestly, my boy Salcedo Torpedo, damn near the one that put me on, because that motherfucker was playing both ways. That's what I really was like, oh, bro, nice. But
that's really where his hate stems from for the 49ers, because they get drafted by us. Yep. And Harbaugh.
Well, it was Harbaugh. They always bumped heads.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
That's why, man. I'm I'm a rule with my guy. You feel me? Coach Jim. You feel me? But I like I said, I told y'all this before. I didn't fuck with Richard Sherman until he made that last interception on Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game, and that was to go to the Super Bowl. And I still don't fuck with him to this day. But it's like, bro, we got to stop bringing in the ops to help us try and win Super Bowl. It's not good. Not good. Jalen Frey says I was more mad at Mike Iupati going to the Cardinals than Crabtree going to the Raiders.
I definitely was upset, but I wasn't more mad. Actually, I don't know. I was over Crabtree at that point, so I wanted Iupati to stay on the team. I really didn't give a damn if Crabtree stayed or not.
Yeah, no, Mike Iupati was savage. Saw him one time at San Jose Airport. Shout out to Enterprise Rent a Car. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I was not mad at Crab going on to the Raiders at that point. Like, when Jerry Rice did it, I looked at it a very different way, bro. Like,
I was hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I fucked up my poster. I fucked up my Jerry Rice poster. I put tape all over his face and shit. I was hot.
Oh, so that reminds me of the time Richard Sherman when he got on the cover for Madden and I defaced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
that's old school, flipping inside out and shit.
Man, fuck Richard Sherman, man. Yeah. So I feel you on that. But
I was hurt.
Jerry Rice on the Raiders. That was.
I covered up his Niner helmet. Covered his Niner helmet with tape. Covered his face with tape. I was hot.
Y'all gotta imagine, man. I'm probably like in elementary school when this happened.
That's really what was hurt.
Super young, but if at that time, it was Raiders and Niner fans still going at it. Like, we kind of, we get jams subtly now, but it was
because we were both like decent back then. You feel me? We were both like decent, both playoff contending teams. Like,
yes.
So it was
just to see Jerry Rice leave us to go to the other side, and then ended up going to the Super Bowl, getting their ass whooped. But it was like, thank you, like, bro, like, come on, bro, like, Jerry, damn, bro, damn. OB3 says, yeah, when Jerry Rice left, it was different though. Plus, Jerry Rice stayed here in the Bay. Jerry Rice will always be a Niner, and it's hard to see him with the Raiders though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just at the time, it didn't feel that way. Like it's just not the time. Yeah, like of course he's always gonna be a Niner.
Oh man, when you went to Seattle, bro. Oh, bro, what are we
doing? Anything, bro. But honestly, back then, I didn't even hate Seattle back then, for real. I didn't give a fuck about Seattle back then.
I hated Sean Alexander. Sean Alexander was weak as fuck to me. Even though he ended up breaking the wrestling champ and all that shit, his hairline was disgusting, and I just was not a fan of Sean Alexander at all. But I don't know, man. I'm Jerry, you my guy.
Good, but I wouldn't say I was just like a huge fan.
Yeah.
I was LT all the way. That was my favorite running back.
I mean, LT is come on, man. Raider killer. Shout out to LT, man. No, back then I was Priest Holmes guy. Shout out to 31.
Yeah, he was nice too.
Man, Priest Holmes was nice too.
Crazy,
man.
He was cold.
I met him.
LT was my guy.
Random story. Met Priest Holmes working at the Enterprise in Long Beach, bro. It's crazy shit. This nigga just walked in, bro. I'm like, oh shit, it's Priest Holmes. Wow. I was like, what? Like I'm fanning out. I started sweating. He ain't seen because he had been retired by this time. But
so he ain't seen nobody that hype in a minute.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like he was cool for him. You know what I'm saying? He ended up showing love. He got me tickets to the NFL.
Oh,
I want to say it was the Senior Bowl. It was like the Senior Bowl or some shit like that.
That's hard though.
No, bro. He was a good dude, man. Like super good dude, stand-up guy.
Like he didn't have to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? He could have just like right on, bro. You
feel me? Like, man, no, but you know what I'm saying? On the run of the car, you feel me? It was good. Man,
Priest Holmes. Always welcome on Bay soil.
For real. No, he'll come through for sure. For sure, come through. Shout out Priest Holmes, man. Real one, man. Yes. Now we're going to transition over to last weekend. Divisional round weekend was pretty exciting. I will say that. My boy CJ Stroud, keep your head up, bro. Oh, you gotta get some help. They gotta give my boy some help out there. But the championship weekend is now set. My boy Lamar ended up dropping the soap again. Playoff Lamar. But my boy Pat was right in his Commanders pick. Them getting the upset over the Lions, sending them boys home. Ahmed Raj is getting flamed on Twitter. What were some of the highlights for you from last week in divisional round, bro?
Hey, man, my highlight was my boy J-Mo throwing that back foot one-legged interception. Boy, my man is crazy, dog.
He a wild boy.
But also, that's all Ben Johnson. The ground. In a pivotal moment in the game, when y'all was running the ball down the field, you gave the man who probably in the NFL has by far the worst decision making in the whole league. You gave this man.
That was a bad time to call that play. That was
bad time, bro. And they was already running the ball down the field. Like you didn't even have to do that, bro. You was already moving, bro. Then and J-Mo's crazy for even throwing that. But to be fair, it felt like when he was throwing it, it was kind of like I ain't really trying to complete this. You feel me? Like I'm kind of trying to throw it away. Like I see it's double cover, and I'm trying to give my guy a chance, maybe. But DB made a hell of a play, and
he did.
Yeah, but Jaden, bro, he's a baller. He's a baller.
He's the truth, bro. He is the truth, man. We've been said it. We said it on the pod. I didn't want so many different ways, bro. I didn't want so many different ways, bro. I picked the Texans and Ravens too, so obviously I felt some bullshit on the other ones, but yeah, I'm saying, but this one, but Texans was in it. No,
they were. They had a chance, bro. And it just reminded me of us playing. Bro. It reminded me of us playing the Chiefs, bro. Because you're watching the games and you just know, no matter what, you just know how this shit is gonna end, bro. Like it's just like
But look, all right. So Travis Kelce for one went to a time machine, and
didn't make no sense to me because
he's not even moving like that. He's not even moving like that.
Aziz, I got you, my dog. But what the fuck were you doing? It's about 3 or 4 plays where you just look completely confused. If you don't guard nobody else, you need to guard 87, dude. Like,
I think he was shook from his reputation now after getting the suspension.
That shit was crazy, bro. Like it was a few of those plays where, like, don't get me wrong, Kelsey gonna route you up, slow as it may be, he gonna be a little deceptive, get open. But it was some of those where it was just like, Azeez, why are you doubling Hollywood Brown? No, you need to guard Kelsey, bro. Chill out. Like, and then the weak ass flag calls, the NFL gotta stop that shit.
Bro, the first one was crazy. They had it was third down, bro. Third and long, bro. Like, come on, bro. Didn't even touch Pat Mahomes' helmet. That shit was crazy.
He didn't, but that one was a little closer than the other one because, like,
the other one was.
It shouldn't have been a flag. It shouldn't have been a flag, but he hit him a little high. Like, you feel me? He hit him a little high. So when you do that, you give the ref open interpretation. It was still a bullshit call. Still shouldn't have been called, but I get it. When you hit Mahomes high, you got to deal with that shit. But the second one, bro, the man, first of all, you're dancing behind a lineman. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And then the defenders hit each other. And you
Thank you. They took majority of the hit. They took majority of the hit, bro. Like, even Troy Aikman was like, all right, shit. Like,
and then you do that bullshit on the sideline. Remember when he played us and I said it? He run like act like he about to go out of bounds and then he'll flail, or he'll act like he run out of bounds and then run up the field.
You know
exactly, like, bro. So they need to throw a flag on that nigga, bro. Fuck that. The league needs to throw a flag on niggas like that. That's unsportsmanlike conduct.
They're not going to do it though.
That is not sportsmanlike.
It's Pat's league right now. And my brother said, he said, at least it's a black man finally getting these calls. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
But at the same time, they got to stop the shenanigans, bro.
Like you said too, it's like at the end of the day, you can't blame Mahomes because if y'all gonna keep giving him the shit, I would keep doing the shit too. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's unfair. But if I can keep tricking the refs into giving me 50 yards and us getting a touchdown out of it, I'm gonna do this shit every time. So
every time
they gotta either throw a flag on him or just let his ass get clocked on that sideline, bro. Because they just be bullshitting and letting him get away with that shit is ridiculous.
It's egregious. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's nasty work. It's
nasty work. They still find a way. Jalen Prey, what did I say about Lamar? I don't know what that emoji is. I can't see it, but no faith. Fuck. Wow. My boy was shook.
He didn't have his best game, but
he was shook out the gate, though. He was shook out the gate.
Fumble.
He got to stop that.
Fumble,
he got,
for sure.
The fumble was nasty, but the interception was worse. He just threw that motherfucker up. Like, come on,
bro.
I
feel like Bateman could have, did a little bit. Yeah,
he might have did the wrong route, but it's like, bro, you don't just do an arm play on, like, it was like first, second down. Maybe if it was third down,
yourself in a hole. You keep trying to climb out of it. It's too late.
Bro,
but
he got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's enough blame to go around for all them motherfuckers. They shit the bed. Lamar, you gotta beat the allegations, man. It's on you.
You gotta beat the allegations. Playoff Lamar is a real thing right now, bro. He's not poised like Jaden Daniels is, which is crazy. This nigga only first year poised like this. Hopefully, it's consistent within his play like this, but. You gotta stay cool, bro. Like, I know you want to go crazy. I know this was for the MVP race and all that shit for your legacy, but like to get over that hump, bro, I think it's just really just about dialing it back and just being a lot better in those moments, bro.
Like to me, Lamar is in that space where it's like, he don't want nobody to ever say like, "Oh, bro wasn't out there playing," or "Bro wasn't out there trying." You know what I'm saying? So he's pressing a little too hard, trying to do a little too much. Yeah. As opposed to letting the game come to him, he be trying to force the issue a little bit. So, got to be better. Mark Andrews, you're a piece of shit.
Oh, hold on, man. All right,
you'll bounce back.
So it wasn't like. So the last play is crazy, but it's just compounded with the fumble from earlier.
Yeah, for sure. That's what made it worse.
About to get jiggy. Oh man, like.
The fumble, it wasn't even so bad because I feel like on the fumble, it was more so, yes, you got to hold on to the ball, but the defender just made a play for real. That drop, that was nasty.
He did. The drop, because he caught it. The drop,
he caught it.
And then he tried to double, like, bro, there's nobody behind you.
You was worried about taking the hit and ducking into the end zone, yeah.
Just
it wasn't even no
hit,
bro. Exactly.
That's crazy, man. And they showed the clip of Lamar talking to him on the sideline, and the nigga was not. I'm not trying to hear that shit at the moment. Lamar was like,
ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bro.
Blah,
Like,
blah, like, but.
And Lamar,
you
feel me? He like, bro, I just fumbled. You feel me? Like, we good. You feel me? I'm not gonna put this all on you, but as a competitor and a man, you gonna feel like, man, you see me drop that shit. The fuck wrong with you? Like, you know, like
that was crazy, bro. And then
Mark Andrews expects himself to make that play. You feel me? So that's
of course,
you know what I'm saying? He expects himself to make that play.
In that moment, though, I still feel like Josh Allen probably was like they still had like a minute left, and all they would have to do is get a field goal. But you still just want to put that pressure on him to go ahead and make that play happen. But it's tough, bro.
And then that's why I got to give McDermott his credit too, because a lot of people said he should have went for it on that 4th down instead of kicking that field goal. But I thought that was the right play because you put the pressure on them to have to score and get that 2-point conversion. So
the Ravens. Oh, go ahead, my fault.
I was gonna say, you see the Ravens walk down the field and scored. So I mean, what is 10, 20 more yards added to that drive as opposed to if they score, they win. Now they have to score and get the thing just to tie to get to overtime. So to me, that was a great call by Sean McDermott to kick that field goal instead of trying to go for it.
And you could tell they had the momentum and just kind of controlled the whole game for the most part. Like until the last couple drives, like I'm saying Lamar was fucking up, and the whole the offense wasn't really doing much. So I respect them for taking that field goal for sure, bro. For sure.
And it's like Josh Allen, they've been getting that 4th down quarterback sneak. It's very tempting to try to go for that shit and put the game away. But I just feel like the risk versus reward right there. Obviously, you can always say it worked out when it worked out, but I just thought that was the right call either way. Even if it would have went to overtime and they would have lost, I feel like I would have still said the same thing because
kick the field goal.
Because you lose by a touchdown or you force them. To take it to overtime with 2. Yeah, so
exactly. I'm 100% everything you just said. Brother Ron said for sure told y'all Buffalo. He did call Buffalo. Was beating the Ravens and Washington was beating the Lions. Yes, sir. KK in the building. Let them get clocked. Make a quarterback a running back after certain yardage past the line of scrimmage. Could have just been could have even just been 5 to 10 yards.
Jaden Daniels and Lamar be getting clocked, but let somebody touch what's the name and it's a problem. That's just weak.
We know why though. He Jordan, bro. You know what I'm saying? He
does the lead.
We gotta make sure he's in it. Oh fuck. We probably gonna have a show in between now and the weekend. We don't know quite yet, but going into the championship Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Can the Chiefs be beat?
Give me the Buffalo Bills, man.
Come on, bro. I don't know, bro.
I mean, listen. Every game the Chiefs play, they can be beat, but you have to play good football. If you make a mistake, they are going to capitalize on it. So you have to play a complete game. You have to play a solid game. The Texans, no turnovers, but they fucking up on the kick returns. So little shit like that is like you can't like they had no turnovers and they had more yards than the Chiefs. But again, you fuck up on special teams, get them penalty yards, keep them drives going. That's the shit that beats you. So. I think the Bills. I think the Bills can play enough mistake-free football to overwhelm the Chiefs,
which they did this past weekend versus Ravens, and they did beat the Chiefs earlier this season, where Josh Allen said immediately after the game, this does not matter. So he knows what's coming up for this Sunday, but I don't know, bro. I just like the Chiefs voodoo. These niggas at home too, bro. Like. You know what's at stake. The 3-piece at stake, bro. Like they just gonna be locked in. And then now you brought up Hollywood Brown. I mean, the nigga did have the deep pass. You know what I'm saying? That's over this weekend, so they got a deep threat now, a legit one. Still got Worthy, Juju's out there.
Is Hopkins still playing?
He is. So they still got Nuke. But I'm just like. I don't see these guys losing this weekend, bro. They just got a voodoo, man. But Bills can't do it, though. Bills can't do it. We'll say that. On the other side, we didn't even talk about it, but Did you think that the Rams was gonna come back after Puka Nacua made that catch on the sideline on D side?
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even really watch that game like that, but I picked the Chiefs to win. I mean the Eagles to win. So
we both picked the Eagles to win. Yes. Saquon Barkley is on a whole nother level right now, and I have declared that I'm rolling with Saquon and the Eagles to be the chief killers for this season, because I just feel like, bro, they got the defense, and Saquon is just going so crazy that I feel like that would be the one to wheel them over to beat Pat Mahomes and them. What do you say about that?
Hey man, I told you my Super Bowl was last week, between the Ravens and the Bills. So I think that Bills are about to win a Super Bowl. So this week, as far as the Eagles, I think Washington got their hands full this week. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they don't have it full last week, but shit, the Lions. Oh my God!
I was about to say, but the Eagles' defense is a little different than the Lions. I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh, for sure, they ain't got all them damn injuries. Yeah. Come on, man. Jalen Carter. Hey, Jalen Carter's a bad motherfucker. No cap.
Hey, the Kobe Dean. They got Slay. They got Coop. Like they got some ballers over there. Gardner Johnson, square ass. Like
Ku Klux Clamps. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cooper DeJean and Blankenship. But
so they got ballers, bro. So I don't know if Jaden, but like you asked me, who do I trust more out of Hurts and Jaden Daniels? Give me Jaden Daniels, bro. Like,
no. I will, and I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. They roasted my nigga. They said he was so loaded after the game off of Percocets and shit from the fame. He just brought up playing Madden in the snow out of nowhere.
He do be a little spaced out in his interviews though. But they said when Jalen Hurts has less than 200 yards in the playoffs, I think he's 4-0. So he does not have to be great for them to win. He does not have to be great for them to win. But I just feel like if it's a close game at the end, who do I trust more? But I just feel like Saquon might have a day. Like he's just in a zone right now that's like nothing I've never seen before. He's so focused. He's so just locked in and ready to go, bro. How do you stop Saquon right now? I don't know.
Bigger addition: Saquon Barkley this year or Christian McCaffrey last year? Actually, better season. Who's having a better season? Put it in the
I
chat.
have to go Saquon. I'll say Saquon. Just because he was pushing the record. Saquon was pushing the record.
CMC, you are the Great White Buffalo. You are the truth, bro. Oh, man, I can't go against you, but this nigga Saquon is doing some crazy shit, bro.
Right. Like I said, and he didn't. And the only reason he didn't get it is because he didn't want it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
this is true. This is true.
Eddie could have set the single game rushing record and the single season. Like, so I gotta give to Saquon. And don't get me wrong though, CMC turned our whole team around. Saquon was just like icing on the cake for them. They've already been this powerful team. Agree. So, but as far as like just the stats, I gotta give it to Saquon.
Gang in the building, shout out fam.
My boy, section 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir. OB3 probably Saquon this year. Yeah, nice little homestand coming up, which will segue in the second too, and the Warriors in a second. But yeah, it's going to be a good championship Sunday. I think these matches we've been having since like after the wild card round. Even some of the wild card round matches were really good, but these are the teams that should be playing in the division. Because even like the Commanders, yes, they might not have the full talent as the Eagles, but I think it's still going to be a competitive game. Go ahead, my bad. All right,
division rival for sure.
Jay the First says, I'd still choose CMC over Saquon any day, but this year was better than CMC's last year. Like that.
I mean, like that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, because CMC is better in the passing game for sure as a receiver, coming out the backfield, all that other shit. Saquon, and he didn't have some bad drops this year. But other than that, like actually running the football,
Yeah,
bro.
CMC,
Bro, CMC. Oh man, CMC, bro. CMC's my guy. You know this, bro. Go right Buffalo. Saquon has done some crazy shit this year, man.
Saquon a little bigger. So that's the only thing I would say. Like he's a little bit bigger. So, but CMC ain't no hoe. I mean, you're not just you know what I'm saying. It's not like he's running through arm tackles. He ain't running.
What we doing? This is.
I used to say we didn't see Saquon do some shit this year. Yes. He jumped over somebody backwards, bro. Like
backwards. That's what I'm saying. Like he's having. All right. So what was more, the backwards jump or the CMC run versus the Eagles in the NFC Championship game that we lost? With him breaking all the tackles, he broke a nigga and then bounced off of D Slay and then got to the house. Or would you still take the backwards, the reverse hurdle?
Yeah, I like the hurdle better. I ain't gonna lie.
The hurdle's something
craziest play I've ever seen in my life. And then to me, CMC better run was the Raider run to me when he steamrolled dude.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we seen it live, so that would stick out to me. Probably is my favorite CMC run. I'm not gonna lie. The Eagle one was hard, but
like, is it because it versus the Raiders?
I mean, we seen it live, so that's why.
You're right.
You feel me? And that Eagle game, it was nasty. It was a nasty game. It was a great play, but it was just a nasty game.
I mean, that's the only thing that I
remember. The only highlight from that game.
Outside of Brock's arm, outside of Brock getting hurt, the CMC
the only highlight from the game
ever live in my mind, bro. Oh man,
that is the only highlight from that game. That was it made you think we had a chance for a second.
For a small second, we could win this game. Who was the quarterback that went in? What's my
Josh Johnson.
Name? Josh Johnson. Shout out.
I was believing, but then when he got hurt, I was like, "Oh shit!"
1 second.
What do we do now?
It was over.
That man got it for one drive, bro.
Oh man. CMC versus Eagles.
I was hyped too. I'm like, bro, Oakland Tech legend. He in the Bay Area about to get us one drive to the Super Bowl. Like it's the perfect scenario. Brock will be back next week. Like it was all written in my head, bro. I swear, the story was written.
Josh Johnson was not trying to play in that game. Like you could just tell he was just like,
he was not expecting to play in that game.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm here to get a nice, you know what I'm saying, chill ride to the Super Bowl. Fuck with y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he did not think he was gonna get in that game at all. Before we get up out of here, gotta transition over to the Ducks. Sitting at 21-21, 11th right now in the West. Still only 3 games back though from like the 4th or 5th seed, I think, from the 5th seed. But had a massacre on Martin Luther King Day versus the Celtics. Oh man, your boys was in the building to witness it all go down. They have the Kings tonight.
Finally beat Alex out that motherfucker for the first time.
Pat was out pretty early for that game, y'all. I will say that. But yeah, also too, Jalen Kaminga is not coming back until mid-February. They said it when it happened though. He was gonna be out like 3 weeks at the most, and it sounds pretty serious because Steve said he's not even close to coming back. But they got the Kings tonight, still short-handed. I don't think Draymond's gonna be there. Everyone that didn't play on Monday is not playing tonight. Let's start with tonight. Let's start with tonight. Can they beat the Kings tonight, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really consider the Kings a championship level team. I feel like they're a similar spot that we are. They beat our ass last time. I feel like they might be a little bit more focused this time, ready to play. So I feel like there's a possibility.
They got a full squad. They had a really good game the other night too versus the Rockets. I'm gonna follow what you were saying.
And I was gonna say the Kings have been playing really well though as of late. And long as that team that don't show up on Monday comes to Sacramento.
All right, look, first quarter Warriors, you know what I'm saying?
It was decent.
It was decent. When Steph Curry left the game, oh man, niggas was like.
No, to me, honestly, I was mad when Kerr took Schroeder out because I feel like Schroeder was finally starting to get a rhythm.
You say that.
And then you take him out, and then he just couldn't find it the rest of the game. It was just weird to me. But that's typical Kerr. Somebody make 3 baskets in a row, they got to come have a seat next to him, unless your name is Steph Curry.
No, he'll take out Steph too when he's out too.
Definitely, I'm about to say, depending what time of the game it is, he'll take Steph out too.
He will take Steph out for sure. But just the shooting, bro. It hasn't improved, bro. They fucking were shooting 1% at one point from three. Like they were 26% from the floor total for majority of the night, and it's like, bro, it just can't make shots, bro, and it's fucking sad. Buddy Hield's supposed to be a shooter. This nigga's trash. Wiggs he does not have the dog in him at all. And we know this, we've known this, but it's like, bro, come on, bro. Nobody's out here. You should be able to, like you said, get out here and put them shots up to put yourself in position to at least be averaging like 24, 25 a night. But I don't know, bro. I really don't know, fam. I think until Kuminga comes back, it's kind of cooked. But I mean, how far do you think they'll even fall without Kuminga there? What's this? Zoom in a little bit.
Send it.
There's a trade. Okay, all right, boom. So we are finally trade machine ready here on base soil. My boy has concocted a trade sending Andrew Wiggins, GP2, and Buddy Hield. GP2, I love you, but this is a great trade package for Zach LaVine on the Bulls.
Send it now. And listen, I want to say that that this trade is not gonna make us a championship contender, not right now.
Nope.
But I feel like it'll help us at least tread water, and then I feel like we just have to keep our assets. So I feel like trading them, we're still allowed to keep our assets with Kuminga, Moody, draft picks, whatever. Maybe even if you want to pods, or if that's how you look at them. But that way we still keep our assets, improve our team a little bit, and I just feel like we need to. Like, but even with Steph Curry's kind of alluding to, like, we're not about to make a move this year that's going to make us a championship contender. So it's no point to make that move right now. We could just make a similar move to get us a little better, but we need to just start building for the future. As long as we get Steph one more ring before he goes, it doesn't have to be this year. Like, you feel me? We could retool, do what we got to do this offseason. So don't jump the gun. Don't trade Kuminga. Send this package. And that'll help us get to where we need to go. Then I feel like we could go Steph, LaVine, Kuminga in the front court, Draymond, whoever else at the big, and then you feel me, work from there.
Man, put Kuminga at the 3-man, fuck it, man, or
even at the 4. I'm cool,
or have Draymond, at the 4. But I mean, I want Draymond out there for defensive purposes, but it hasn't looked that bad defensively without Draymond right now.
Right.
So if he comes off the bench, I wouldn't be too mad at that either. But can you put Vucevic in that trade as well? Would that be possible?
Let's see. That man makes a lot of money.
I know. Probably would have to throw in someone else. Does it let you know or not if it's good? Looney?
That's numbers. The numbers ain't gonna add up. We still 11 million.
Add up. Damn. So it would have to be Dre?
I mean, nobody else. I mean, you could trade Schroeder.
I would trade. I'll be down to trade Schroeder. I want to keep Draymond just for the team itself. But is that even still? Nope.
Look at that. You're trading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But those two right there,
if they want to do it, that's
if they want to
do it.
If they want to do it, but those two right there are still giving you better effort than Andrew Wiggins, for sure. Buddy Hield. And GP like, my guy, but it's like, bro, like
the only thing that's really gonna hurt us is Looney's rebound, because Vucevic don't rebound the way Looney does. But that's a trade. You'll damn near.
I mean, I'm
be willing to make.
Come on, Looney, you are my guy, but we can have Trace come off the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
and do that way.
The Bulls would then have to cut like some people, which they might not be willing to do. So, or we'd have to bring in another team on that trade. To kind of take some of the assets or send them some assets, whatever the case may be. But I just want to keep our picks right now and not have to trade Kuminga or Steph Curry like you ignorant motherfuckers is talking about. I don't give a fuck. Steph Curry
that's not happening.
The longest
that's not happening. That's not happening.
People talking about, well, we might as well get something for him if we ain't going to win. Boy, fuck that. He can ride off into the sunset with 3 wins a year if he wants to. I don't give a fuck. He earned that.
That's definitely not happening. And the Kuminga deal, I think he's gonna get that back from the Warriors, because they would have been traded him by now. I know that's what everyone's been looking for in these trades.
I've been saying I don't know if people know he's a restricted free agent. So whatever deal any other team offers him, the Warriors can match, and they will. So
Yep.
I just felt like they wasn't going to give him a max deal if they didn't have to. Like somebody's going to offer him the max, and they probably know that in the back of their mind. But like shit, we'll match it, but we just ain't finna give it to you off the strength.
Facts.
The only thing is like that can sometimes cause friction with the player, but I feel like Kuminga don't even be caring about that kind of shit. He just want to play.
Facts. Exactly. So that's all valid. I would be down to get the Levine trade going, but I don't think they're gonna do it as of right now. Sounding from I think what even Marcus Thompson just wrote out just about the team being content with trying to get younger for the future and probably building an off season. But what are we gonna say about
that? This would have been a great something to do with that Chris Paul contract.
Yes. Yep.
So they let that fucking $43 million go to waste. We could have traded for Zach LaVine.
They dropped the
maybe put Wiggins in there, got Vucevic, maybe gave him a draft pick or Moody or somebody easing the blow a little bit, but they let the fucking Chris Paul contract go to waste.
OB3 does bring up a good point though. Reason why they probably didn't want to trade Wiggins. It may be hard to trade Wiggins in GP2. GP2 is a fan favorite, and when Wiggins is on, he can carry the team in spurts, but Buddy Hield can't go. LOL.
I don't feel like it's hard to trade any of them. Wiggins got a very good, like, friendly contract for any team.
But I felt like they should have been traded Wiggins then. Like, I really feel like they just fuck with him, like, on a more personal level. They give him, all the time for his father and things like that. But
I feel like that's part of it. They feel bad for him, so they don't want to trade him while he's going through shit. But ain't no time for that shit, bro.
Right, exactly.
Listen, we all go and I get it, bro. We're not above it, but we're not talking about showing up to your job, and you can't always do that. So.
You had 2 points in the first half on Monday, brother.
Oh,
and that was from the free throw line. He finished with 4 points, man. Like, Wiggs, I love you, but you gotta go. Sorry.
Okay. If you want to collect your check, respect, brother. Just do it somewhere else.
Can they possibly, before we get up out of here, can they possibly run off a four win type of stand with this homestand coming up here that we're on right now to try and get back in the higher ranks of the Western Conference?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely can, but since we just don't be knowing which team is going to show up, which Kerr is going to show up, like, they just playing hella inconsistent. Like,
Yep.
Kerr always about adjusting rotations and giving everybody a shot, except for when it comes to Dennis fucking Schroeder. Put his ass on the bench. I don't understand why you keep forcing this man to start when it's clearly not working. You got fucking Guy Santos as your sixth man now. I don't know when that fucking happened. Instead of Moody, I guess Buddy Hield started shitting the bed, and he's just like, "Fuck it, we can play anybody." But
I would say happened when Kuminga went down. I feel like and Draymond was out. They kind of had to use him as like a stretch big or whatever, power forward or whatever.
But sixth man, the first person off the bench, like, that's crazy.
It's pretty crazy. But you don't want to put in Moody and take off Schrader, or take Schroeder out. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to put in Moody at all. Like, Moody should damn near be playing 30 minutes a game right now. Like, what are
he was talking about putting Moody at the 4, bro? Now I'm like,
that shit was crazy. But still,
what are we doing, bro? This shit is crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. They got to get it together. It's a game by game thing. I don't know if they could get off 4 wins right now with how the team is, everybody being injured. So I'm going to say they probably just tread water.
Chicago,
yep,
Lakers, and Utah. We can definitely.
We got at least go 2-0. Lakers, possibly a loss on Saturday.
Fuck nah. Where Kev at?
I don't know where Kev is. I don't know where Kev is right now, but I'm trying to let you know. I think we might lose to the Lakers on Saturday, and then we still got the Suns next week and the Thunder. So
yes, that is next week. But we can still go 4-0 before we play OKC and Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? That's my plan. Go 4-0 before we play OKC and Phoenix. That way we'll make up a little ground. You know what I'm saying? Go on about our business.
That's what they got to do. Because other than that, it's kind of cooked right now. They said the Lakers are beatable. The Clippers just trounced them the other day. Yeah, they did. But I just know they're gonna turn it on Saturday. They're gonna see them Warriors jersey. You know LeBron gonna have a speech for niggas when he going up against Steph Curry, and he gonna try and will them to this win. But they can at least go 2-0 before that. Tonight, get the win. Got the back-to-back going against Chicago. You definitely get that win, and we just see what happens from there. See what happens.
Yep.
So, other than that, want to thank y'all for coming out, fucking with us. We got up to about like almost 80 people coming through, so I want to appreciate that. Everybody tapping in with us right now on Base Soil. Make sure y'all go ahead and get over to YouTube and hit that like button and subscribe button for us. Make sure you go ahead and share this video with a friend of a friend. We will be back later on this week to possibly go break down the games over the weekend, and hopefully the Warriors have wins by then. But other than that, my boy Pat, as always, last words.
Yeah, man. What's going on? Got a shout out to the little homie from Hayward High, Jay Bonds. He just hit 1,000 career points. Who else? My boy Keith taking over for interim coach at Chabot this year. Feel me, holding it down. Hey, at San Mateo tonight. My dog, 1-0 right now. You feel me? Get your next win, brother. Shout out, dog. I think that's it. You feel me? Go Dubs. Get y'all shit together. Fuck the Chiefs. You know, the usuals. You know what I'm saying? But try to catch y'all Thursday or Friday with another episode. Appreciate all the support as always. Like he said, get over to YouTube for us. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Share it. Whatever. All that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend. Appreciate y'all.
We'll see y'all later on in the week. Everyone have a good night.